WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
The longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now, here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow. You know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore. There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon and Lucas DeSangro in studio for the first time in what, hell, feels like forever.
I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. It's great to be back on home field, home team advantage. Woo!
I'm just blankly staring.
That's great. Okay, I pulled a bumbleheaded move of mine. I didn't grab the show notes. I actually accidentally grabbed my job resume. So I'm going to be right back and get those notes. Who else but Lucas?
He is some kind of fantastic, isn't he? Some kind of something, that's for sure. Oh, boy. We're just off to a rousing start here, aren't we? I feel like I need something here. How about this one?
I'm an idiot.
I am some kind of something. Kind of wonderful. Yes, he is.
And an idiot as well, as
yes.
we just played in the drop that you probably didn't hear because you don't have your headphones on yet.
No, because I don't know if my headphones are plugged in or not.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll give you the segment to get your act together, and once that happens, we'll get you back in about 20 minutes or so. Okay.
Make it 30.
I'll make it 30. Okay, in that case, all right, I'm cutting off your microphone.
Please don't. No. Keep me on the air. I want to entertain the masses. It's what I do. Sort of. I think.
Sweet, merciful crap, as the eloquent Homer J. Simpson once said, I believe.
Go it!
Yeah, that too. All right, let's get into the big news that's pretty much affected not just the wrestling world, but the world in general over the course of the last, 12 to 18 hours, I'd say. Boxing legend Cassius Clay, better known to the world as Muhammad Ali, dying yesterday at the age of 74. He was hospitalized for respiratory complications in the days leading up to his passing and was diagnosed with Parkinson's syndrome back in 1984. Despite being an accomplished boxer, Ali has a few connections to the wrestling world, including noting his brazen, trash-talking style being adopted from wrestler Gorgeous George going back to the 1950s.
And superstar Billy Graham.
Well, yeah, they were running around the same time. Ali fought Japanese pro wrestling legend Antonio Inoki in a famous boxer versus wrestler match in 1976, and was, of course, the special ringside referee for the first WrestleMania main event, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T against Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff.
Didn't he have a little bit of an altercation with Gorilla Monsoon as well?
He did. In fact, I have a little audio sample of that right here.
Up under the neck now, Monsoon coming on strong, measuring the man. Sakurna obviously dazed. Monsoon has him on one side, chops him up, and out goes Baron Mikel Sakurna. And there's Muhammad Ali standing up, pointing his finger at Gorilla Monsoon. Wait just a minute. Ali has his jacket off. He has his tie off. What is he going to do? Muhammad Ali is going to commit suicide here. Ali, look at this. Ali's coming in the ring. Muhammad Ali is in the ring. Ali taking his shoes off. Apparently he wants to go round and round with Gorilla Monsoon. A big mistake on the part of the boxing heavyweight champion. What's going to happen here? Muhammad going to stick him, trying to stick with a quick left. Muhammad now backing up, doing a little bit of dancing, not too much. You see Gorilla Monsoon circling around. Now Muhammad just stay there. Muhammad, you see, with his hands down by his side, at any moment that lightning-like speed of Muhammad Ali could make itself evident here against 400-pound Gorilla Monsoon. Monsoon with another little jab there. Ali's not finding his mark at all. Muhammad's, oh, look at this. Airplane spin. Going round and round. Down he goes. And there's Gorilla Monsoon, who could do anything in the world he wanted to at the moment. Monsoon could do anything to Ali. Ali dazed. Ali shaken. But still once more. No, he doesn't either. Muhammad Ali has learned a lesson here the hard way. Muhammad said he could beat any professional wrestler any time. I believe he learned here at this moment that he cannot take Gorilla Monsoon, nor possibly could he take anyone else of the caliber of Monsoon.
Vince, you know, this guy may be a great boxer, but he don't belong inside that squared circle with a wrestler. That was proven, and that's for sure. This guy is nothing. This guy doesn't know wrist lock for a wristwatch. How can he get in there with a wrestler? All he knows is throw a few lousy jabs. That's not going to stop a wrestler.
Let's take a look at the action we saw earlier here with Gorilla Monsoon. Gorilla Monsoon has him high in the air. Round and round and round he goes until Muhammad Ali doesn't know where he is.
He was at my mercy. I could have done anything. At that point, I could have wrist locked him, broke his arm, broke his leg, broke his neck, done anything. Great boxer, terrible as a wrestler.
Well, and that's how he ended up fighting Antonio Inoki to a draw a little bit later that year. But going back to 1976 with that, and to answer your question off air, that was, yes, when Gorilla Monsoon was still a wrestler. He, for the most part, retired from in-ring competition in 1980 and made the full-time transition to the play-by-play commentator's booth.
I was going to say, that would have been great if he had just got in the ring just to kick Muhammad Ali's rear end and then just got back on commentary like, well, I'm back. Okay, let's.
Well, I mean, that's something that would be adopted a little bit later, probably in the early 90s.
Jerry the King.
Well, I mean, you saw that a little bit with Lawler. You saw that with Savage when he was on commentary in the early days of Raw. You even saw that with Gorilla Monsoon coming out to literally and figuratively throw Bobby the Brain Heenan out of the building in late 93 before he made the jump over to WCW.
Gorilla and
Get out and stay out. I remember it like it was yesterday, even though it was almost 23 years ago.
Wasn't that followed by the episode of Raw where Bobby the Brain tried to sneak in?
No, that was the very first episode of Raw. That was January of 93. Yes, Bobby Heenan sneaking in, even dressing as a woman. I don't believe he identified it. Oh, no, we're not going to get into that controversy.
Let's save that for the previous show.
A previous show?
Yeah.
Oh, I see where you're going with that. Yeah. Okay.
But, if that's one thing, I mean, there are a lot of moments that I wish I could see, have a time machine and go back and see live on television. I think one of those would just be most of those moments would just be seeing Gorilla and Bobby just banter back and forth. Just I looked up a bunch of I made my friend Shane who hates wrestling but now loves Bobby the Brain Heenan because of his wit.
Yeah. I
showed him it was like a compilation of just their best banter moments, and one was like when Bobby was trying to fake a broken neck and he brought in the fake doctor. It's like, this is not a physician. I thought they were gonna pull an Annie Hall and just a real doctor, you know nothing of my work. The fact that you became a medical professional is beyond belief.
Going to the BCB Pro Wrestling Weekly Facebook fan page, Joseph chiming in, hey guys, don't forget when Gorilla and Vader got into it on Raw in 96. Gorilla could do the chops. That's right. That was when Gorilla was the authority figure, the president, taking over for Jack Tunney back then.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, though, I think that led to Gorilla getting attacked and getting a Vader splash from the corner onto him. And that pretty much took Monsoon out of the picture for quite a while. I think he kind of left, and at that point there was the interim president of Piper that was around WrestleMania 12 a little beforehand.
And then that was building up for him to take on Goldust, I believe. Or something along.
Yeah, the Hollywood Backlot Brawl, which is definitely another discussion for another day.
Definitely. I did like what I saw of
Goldust in that match? No.
Yeah. Well, I liked the match itself for the first part. From what you showed me from WrestleMania 12, I sort of know what happens at the end, on the back end of that match.
That's where I was joking with that, and it's a site that you probably don't want to forget. Probably it's a site you don't want to see.
I remember seeing an edition of WWE Magazine, which was around the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, going through all the WrestleManias, and one of the pictures was Goldust in the lingerie.
That would be the one that is referenced. Yes. Yeah, how it got to that point is probably something better left for...
To quote Rick James, I'm not going to, but we all know what I'm going for, from Chappelle's Show, it's a hell of a drug.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it was necessarily that. I think it was just more... it's better left seen on the WWE network as opposed to being described here.
I really don't know what I don't know if you can put a preference on it.
Well, I'm too good at painting a picture with words, so I definitely don't want to paint that picture with words. That's for sure.
Burn it, burn the art, burn the art.
And that's why you don't have that magazine anymore. It's asunder.
Yep.
Burned asunder.
Actually, no. My mom spilled coffee on it accidentally.
That's a doeth.
I know.
All right, some other news we'll get into over the course of the hour. This is actually a chance to get to talk to you out there, the lovelies out there, because it's been a while. It's been a good 6 weeks. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
What can I say? I'm a bit grumpy today. Also, let's see here. John from Northeast Philly chiming in. Well, in reference to to us talking about the Brain sneaking in on Raw, it says when Brain debuted on Nitro, he kind of looked like he snuck in there, and everyone basically looked at him like he was lost. I don't know about that.
That'd be like if Paul Heyman went I'm gonna feel guilty about making this. It'd be like if Paul Heyman went to TNA. Like, are you sure you're supposed to be here?
Well,
TNA. I'm sorry, TNA in like 2009. Be like, are you sure you're in the right place?
Well, the difference is WCW in that period of 93, 94, 95 was just opening up the Brinks truck, certainly not the Loomis truck, to...
Just give it any chance you can to pot shot
I'm salty today.
I love it. There we go. That's what I like to see.
Anyway, opening the Brinks truck and basically doling out money to whomever.
Well, yeah,
and that's what they did. It started with Hogan. They put a bunch of at least mid to upper six-figure downside guarantees to guys like Randy Savage, Lex Luger, who they brought over.
Like they said this in the Monday Night Wars documentary on the network, and I'm almost certain it's true that they said pretty much Ted Turner gave Eric Bischoff a blank checkbook.
That's not too. I mean, that's fairly accurate. Yeah.
And it's at the beginning they were great, but then eventually they sort of caught up with them. You offer these people these exuberant contracts, and then they sort of try to pull the I'm going to do what I want card.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason for it, and I was quickly trying to look it up as we got here. He left WWE in '93 because when his contract expired, Vince McMahon wanted him to take a 50% pay cut. Yeah, that's. He also said he wanted to do commercials. WCW offered him the Saturday Night Show with Shivani, and when Heenan says, apparently this was from a shoot interview he did back in 2003.
I really want to see that shoot interview.
When Heenan said Shivani, he made the sound of a toilet flushing.
I really want to see that shoot interview.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's... I'll give them the plug here since I'm pulling the info from it. It's the interactive interview with hosts Daniel Edler and James Walsh. And you can, I guess, see that at the interactiveinterview.com. So, yeah, little bit of fun, interesting entertainment there from Bobby Heenan from back in the day. But that's kind of the reason. I mean, it was financially related, but if you heard Heenan in the WWE versus in WCW, you could tell that in WCW... he didn't really like the atmosphere there and was, I don't want to say phoning it in, but he wasn't giving his best effort, but it was still really, really good.
Because he's the brain.
Because he's that good, exactly.
Bobby the Brain. It's one of the biggest injustices today that somebody that talented and that, quick of a wit can't speak. Like, it really just breaks my heart. Like,
That's one of those life's practical. I don't even want to say practical jokes because it's kind of impractical, but one of life's ribs. How about that? We'll leave it at that. Although I did get the chance to meet him when we were at the Collector Fest, and that was
you told me about that. That was a
moment. I mean, he's the reason that I got into broadcasting and becoming a broadcast journalist was because of his whole broadcast journalism deal back in the early 90s when he retired from managing.
He was so good. We were watching it was like over the summer at the factory we were watching tape. It was like Austin. I think it was Austin versus Steamboat at Batch at the Beach. Bash at the Beach. There we go.
Or like Botch at the Twitch.
Yeah, I know, right? And it was Heenan was on commentary. I think it was Starrcade. I think that was when Steamboat and Austin faced off for the U.S. Championship.
Yes.
And just every time Heenan would make a comment, the whole room would just burst out and just crack up into a fit of giggles. It just because he was just that good.
Yeah, no, he definitely was. That's one I've got to go back and take a look at again, just because I think the last time that I saw that was, as you said, 94. I would have been 13 at the time. So my understanding and whatnot would have been a little bit different, or would be different now than it was then. At least I'd like to think so. Otherwise, as Jerry Lawler says, that I'd be living proof that wisdom doesn't come with age.
And that's certainly not the case.
That is not true. No.
You are 34 years old, and you have the wisdom of somebody like almost 3 times your age.
That's some heavy math there. The wisdom of somebody 102.
Pretty much. That's what I've seen. And quick-witted as well.
Funny joke.
It's not even a joke.
I see what you did there. All right, let's take care of a little bit of business. We'll come back into some more news and notes. John Cena's controversial shirt pulled from circulation. We'll tell you what the controversy is with that. Also, Cody Rhodes tweeting a post-WWE wish list.
Yeah, and then King Barrett firing one of his own.
Yeah, we'll tell you about that as well. Also, how many homes can your favorite wrestling networks be seen in? We'll give you an idea of that. Little Nielsen talk here. Also, Glow's coming back. Well, kind of. Glow is coming back.
Glow. You're gonna have to explain that to me.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to get into that. Also, the judge decides whether or not the Superfly is fit to stand trial. We'll give you that. Plus, fairly breaking news: an NXT wrestler injured in a live event. We'll tell you who and what happened to the best of our knowledge coming up here in the show. You don't want to hear that, do you?
I do want to hear it, but I'm hoping, like, don't be Balor, don't be Joe, don't be anybody that, like, don't be Nakamura, don't be anybody that has a chance of actually thriving on the main roster. Don't be any of them. Don't let it be any of them. Don't let it be Dillinger. Don't let it be Aries. Don't let it be Jordan or Gable or...
You're just going to go down the entire NXT roster?
It's been a while since I've watched NXT, okay? I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember everybody I can. So I'm going to stop.
That's a good idea. But something you shouldn't stop doing, heading over to George's Cards and Collectibles, because the next month is going to be huge for appearances over there.
It's going to be huge.
Yes, it is. Starting with this Thursday, June 9th, when former WWE star Hornswoggle will appear at George's Neshaminy Mall location from 6 to 9 p.m., presented in part by RF Video. One night later, this Friday, June 10th, from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., also at George's in the Neshaminy Mall, 7 different former WWE superstars all at the same time. You'll see both members of La Resistance, also Heidenreich, Gilbert, Barry Hardy, Tiger Jackson, best known as Dink the Clown, and just added El Chorito. Again, Bill Redner is really smiling now because that's 3 of his favorites in 2 days.
I didn't even know he knew who El Torito was.
Oh, he does, because, I mean, they're...
Yeah, but I didn't know he still, I guess, turned on wrestling, you know? And
he does. He just, he's more a fan of the micro championship wrestlers. Yes, exactly.
Jinx.
I said wrestling, you said wrestlers, so it's not the same.
Well, I didn't... Oh, I'm sorry.
For so many reasons.
I'm so flawed at this, okay? I'm just going along.
Also, on Friday, June 24th, from 6 to 9 p.m., you're welcome for having me get you out of that, George's and RF Video team up again to bring you Damian Sandow. See what I said by you're welcome? That's where I was going with that. Plus, also added on Friday, July 8th, former WWE superstar Santino Marella, the master of the Cobra, will be at George's in the Chamonix Mall. George's Cards and Collectibles has been the leading collectibles store in the tri-state area for over 20 years. They have 3 locations. Their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, also in the Willow Grove Park Mall, and in the Neshaminy Mall in the movie theater wing. Plus, this weekend, they are also at a booth at the Wizard World Comic-Con that is going on.
Who is?
George's Cards and Collectibles.
Ooh.
So when you're checking out some of the wrestlers that are down there, I know that Cena's been there, as well as Sheamus and Sasha Banks.
And Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
He was there Thursday night, I believe. It's funny because I never find out about Wizard World Comic Con until it's too late to buy tickets. Not that I wouldn't go and see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not that you're available anyway.
Well, I mean, on a Thursday night, I might be. I'm so bad at English today. What is going on?
And you're graduating in like a week.
I know. This is that is drop worthy right there. I am so bad at English today. What is going on? What year is this?
2016. I don't know what year you think you're in. Anyway, get the latest info on George's Cards and Collectibles at their website, georgescollectibles.com, as well as through George's Cards and Collectibles on Facebook. And we're going to take a break because we are overdue to do that by about 7 minutes or so. Thanks, Lucas.
I'm sorry.
See, the best response would have been to follow up on the Sandow thing. You're welcome, but
I'm just hanging my head in shame. That's what I do best.
All right. While he does that, we'll be back here on Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455. Tune in to the Gwynedd Mercy University Baseball Insider Show, presented by SEPTA. Broadcasting live this Sunday following the Phillies postgame show from McFadden's inside Citizens Bank Park. Phillies Director of Fun and Games John Brazier and former Phillies All-Star Ricky Bottalico will break down the day's game and preview upcoming games. That's the Gwynedd Mercy University Baseball Insider Show, presented by SEPTA from McFadden's at the ballpark this Sunday following Phillies baseball on 1490 WBCB.
All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
With so many things that you need to do and want to experience, saving money has never been more important. That's why AARP Pennsylvania is helping families like yours make the most of what they have. We provide financial tools and resources, calculators and expert advice, and access to discounts. Just a few of the ways AARP Pennsylvania helps you and your family save real money, because saving money never gets old. AARP Pennsylvania, real possibilities. Go to aarp.org/PA to start saving today. Real Possibilities is a trademark of AARP.
All of your favorite shops are still open while the new Dion Square is under construction. You may have already visited the brand new First National Bank branch in Dion Square. When all the work is done, the new beautiful Dion Square will feature a new Pat Dion Beverages, a new Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits shop, and a brand new CVS Pharmacy. In the meantime, all of the shops are open for business while the new Dion Square takes shape. 518 South Oxford Valley Road in Fairless Hills.
Got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so we might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Speaking of controversy, do you want to delve a little bit more into what you meant by the preceding program?
What do you mean?
No, never mind. We'll leave that alone. And we'll wait for the delay for Ted to crack up at that again because I continue to cause trouble and stir the brown, as it were. That's what I'm really good at doing, apparently. And that's what I do on a weekly basis here on Pro Wrestling Weekly, here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry alongside Lucas DeSangro, who has definitely felt a lot of that stirring.
Yes. May I please, just before we get into the news and notes, I just wanted to bring up something I thought was great on Monday Night Raw, which was didn't have to do with the main event, but it was Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro backstage.
I was going to say, how did I know that Dean Ambrose was going to be involved?
Because he's so good at what he does, which is just making me giggle uncontrollably. For the right and wrong reasons. And so...
Whoa, down boy.
Okay, relax. Let's not get ahead of ourselves there. So it was like Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro were backstage, and they're talking, and Dean Ambrose goes like, oh, you can't trust Owens because he's Canadian. And you see Sami Zayn just sort of pop his head up like, wait, what? Like, and he keeps going on about you can't be trusted. He's a no-good Canadian. It's like, I'm Canadian, right? It's like... Oh, that explains a lot. And Cesaro's like, see, what did I tell you? I just thought it was great.
And that cracked you up.
Yeah, because I thought it was, I don't feel like that was something that was scripted. I feel like Ambrose just thought before they were about to go on, it'd be great if we did this. Like,
and then they just took the ball and ran with it.
Plus, the fact is, like, Dean Ambrose is, I don't know if they're engaged or not, but he's pretty much dating a Canadian.
So maybe that was a little additional rib, I guess.
I don't get what the thing is. Is that like a thing? They're going at... Sheamus went at that the week before with Sami Zayn, like, oh, he's what kind of person can is that like an angle they're going with now, that they're against Sami Zayn because he's Canadian?
Well, I mean, it did a lot for WWE with Bret Hart for all those years.
Yeah, and look what happened to him.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer. I mean,
in '97 when they decided to go with that pro-Canada thing.
That what do you mean? That worked out fairly well. I mean, the end maybe not so much, but
yeah. But I just think I found it very entertaining.
Frustrated into the word for it.
See, you got them all riled up now.
Okay, Brett, relax. I'll stop talking. I'm sorry.
I've had it up to here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll buy you poutine or something afterwards. Can you please just settle? I apologize for interrupting the show for that little...
Man, you're causing an international incident here.
I don't know what I did. I just thought I was saying the right thing, and I'm just... I'm offending people left and right and saying, let's just go to the news.
Well, actually, instead of that, why don't we, because it's the first time we've been able to do this in about 6 weeks, why don't we go to the phones?
Ooh, yeah. Let's go.
How about that? Let's get to Ed from Northeast Philly, who has been chomping at the bit to get the ball and run with it, and now he finally gets his opportunity. Ed, welcome to the program, and my apologies for our road trips causing the delay to get you back on the air here.
Hey, he better not take his ball and go home.
How you doing?
Not too bad.
How you doing?
How was your holiday?
Very good, I should say. Is Ed implying that he is a certified G and a bona fide stud?
You can't
and
teach
he can't
that?
teach that?
Yeah.
I'm both salty and silly today. I don't know what the hell's the matter with me.
It's always...
Everybody's acting silly.
It's great when you can get back on the air on home turf. It amps up the fun.
WWE SummerSlam Heatwave Tour is coming to Madison Square Garden in New York, July 16th.
Oh, no. July 16th is going to be a really big day.
They have PWS next weekend at Starlight Ballroom in Sayresville, New Jersey.
Yes, the Starland Ballroom. I know it fairly well.
I think JR had something there a couple months ago.
JR did his live one-man show from their Royal Rumble weekend of last year.
That sounds familiar. That place.
The Friday before the Royal Rumble, and there have been a few different events that have gone there. I know Pro Wrestling Syndicate has done a couple of shows from there.
Russell Crowe is in Keysport, New Jersey, the same night.
Yeah, it's like that's why I was saying I know it's going to be a pretty big night. I know there's quite a bit going on at that show in Keyport with some GFW stars and whatnot.
Isn't that the one where Sandow debuts?
Mm-hmm.
What's he going by now in the Indies?
I don't know. So far, I mean, he's just, I guess, been Sandow, and there hasn't been much of an issue with it.
I feel like WWE should be, like, they owe him that much, I guess.
And there was a convention in South Jersey.
A convention?
Yes.
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
Legends of the Ring.
Oh, that convention. I know, it sneaks up on me. There's been so much going on. It's been hard to juggle in my 102-year-old brain.
There's so many people to list. You probably have the list in front of you, man.
No, but I'm sure I could pull it up fairly quickly here if I, get my fingers to do the walking here or something like that.
House of Hardcore has tickets available for September 17th, and Collectors Fest coming back to 22,000 Arena.
Yes, I have heard about that. And here we go. The Legends of the Ring. Goodness, we're a week away from it. It's next Saturday, June 11th. That's going to be at the Crown Plaza in Monroe, New Jersey. Sting's going to be there. The Hardy Boys. Bret Hart is a featured vendor guest. Just to name a few.
Well, you definitely won't see me there because I already angered him once. Wouldn't want to anger him again.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if getting you two up close would be the best of ideas.
Yeah.
Plus, you've already gotten the chance to meet the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
A little while back.
Yeah.
But yes, that's all at the Legend of the Ring, and there are a lot more guests who are advertised for that. Yeah, the June event tends to sell out quickly, so go ahead and get to legendsofthering.com.
How many Legends of the Ring events do they run a year?
Usually I think 2, maybe 3 a year. I believe this is their 22nd installment.
I was going to say, don't they do like one in the fall and then one in?
Usually one in the summer, yeah. So this, they've already said the next event is October 15th. So they're already planning ahead for the next one after this one next week.
And Money in the Bank, Von Simmons is going to be in Northeast Philly.
Oh, it's Nick's Roast Beef. Oh.
Nick's Roast Beef.
There's only one word I can say to that. Damn!
Gets me every time.
That's about it.
I know it's coming, too, and he still scares me.
All right. Thank you so much, Ed, for the look at the local scene. Appreciate the call as always, and we'll see if we can get a few more local things in here. And you're the one making it seem like I'm old enough to soil myself.
That's not what I was going for.
I know. Teddy Faw and I are just completely
listeners.
Stirring the pot.
Between in between, during the commercial break, Teddy Faw and Fearon were sort of getting on my case. It was not meant to be a backhanded compliment, but
It's the first time for everything.
Yeah, no, it's not the first time for me. And that's a drop as well.
Probably. Looking at the Facebook fan page is running amok here. Joseph chiming in.
Don't blame Canada, blame yourselves.
Yes, he's got that in there.
I popped.
Also, oh goodness, I guess we can go a little long on this one and make the next segment a little short. Why not? He says, obviously quoting from his memory on this, which is much more vivid than mine. We're the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. We're all champions in the ring. We come from the street. We come from the city. We come from a world where there is no pity. He says, I could go on, but let's not. And what that's in reference to is that Glow's coming back. Well, kind of. The defunct Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling promotion is the inspiration for a new Netflix comedy series called Glow. The global streaming service ordered a 10-episode season of the show that was created by Liz Flahive of Homeland.
So is this like a fictionalized, I guess, comedy show?
Yeah, a little bit. And it was also, it's also created by Carly Mensch of Orange is the New Black fame.
Oh, so is this going to be like just a miniseries of one?
Yeah, it's a little
deal?
Netflix miniseries that I mean, it's a 10-episode season. They may, depending on how successful it is, order more seasons.
I would like that to be the case. It'd be great to have a wrestling-based show on Netflix.
Yeah, another market to go into. Now, a little info or back series on the Glow promotion itself. It produced 4 seasons of syndicated television from 1986 through 1990, and actually has a vivid memory from my childhood as Glow wrestler Lynn Braxton, who is best known as Big Bad Mama, was featured on an episode of Married with Children back in 1990. Main character Al Bundy had to last 3 minutes in the ring with Big Bad Mama to win $10,000. It was part of a great two-part episode where the Bundys end up going to Las Vegas.
Oh, boy.
I remember the end of the cliffhanger part of it. Kids get a change of clothes and a baseball bat, because we're going to Vegas.
Why a baseball bat? Fend off those loan sharks there, Bundy?
What ended up happening, all right, I don't know how familiar you are with Married with Children.
Well, the husband.
All right, you remember the neighbors, Marcy and Steve, initially?
I don't know that much. I just know that, that the husband and wife hate each other and make quips like, you miss me, honey? With every bullet so far, dear.
Yes, okay. Well, the next-door neighbor who was close friends with the family, the next-door neighbor's husband just, like, straight up Splitsville, just, like, left the wife behind. So Peggy, Al Bundy's wife, decided to take that neighbor, and they decided to go to Las Vegas to kind of cheer her up.
Oh.
And they ended up maxing out all of Al Bundy's credit cards and selling his TV.
Of course they did. So why do they have the? So they just go together, and then the kids.
And then the kids and Al go to try to get back both his TV and basically recoup the money that was gambled away.
So that's what the baseball bet. I love it. I love it already. I'm gonna have to start watching that show more frequently.
Yeah, I think somewhere
he plays.
Yeah.
Who's the actor that plays Al Bundy?
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill.
He's also in Modern Family.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's. I love him in that show.
We've just gone all over the place.
We've gone back asswards, and we need to hit the news and notes because there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, I mean, then we'll get to those on the other side. But we got our second time out to go. The show's just flying on by here,
and this is the long segment.
Yeah, exactly. But before I do, you know what time it is.
Time to talk about your favorite beer spot.
Absolutely. Big things are coming up in the next few weeks at the Broken Goblet Brewery at 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Currently back on tap, Chai by the Sword, an IPA brewed with samurai chai tea. Pretty delicious.
Well, darn.
Also coming up on June 17th, their next bottle release, Crystal Hef.
Ooh.
It is an 8% Hefeweizen, German for wheat beer. It's way stronger than your average Hefeweizen, very potent, to say the least.
And what's that? What is that themed after? Because I think some other people might get confused about the name.
Well, it's got kind of like a Breaking Bad theme going on.
Yes, good to know.
Yeah, Crystal Hef.
I know. Well, there's also apparently.
I know. I've never saw Breaking Bad, but I kind of understand anyway.
No, there's a model by the name of Crystal Hefner that models for. I'm pretty sure she's married to Hugh.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I know, right? I just automatically go right to the gutter.
I'll have to note the time on that. That's drop-worthy, too. Also,
I'm just on fire with these.
You
Seriously.
are. Plus, coming up on Saturday, July 16th, Goblet Stock 2, celebrating 2 years of the Broken Goblet being in operation. It'll be a huge outdoor festival with a large variety of the Broken Goblet beers, including a lot of the off-seasonal ones that you wouldn't normally get to have. I'm hoping that they bring the All Goblets Have Spirits, their famous autumn beer, that they'll have that for it. They did last year, and it was just, hello, old friend, at the first sip. Well, I mean, it was fairly dark, but it wasn't that much darkness.
But I know how you react to that.
I named that tune in 2 notes. Take that, Tom Kennedy. But also, I just confirmed with one of the owners yesterday, Pro Wrestling Weekly will be broadcasting live on location from Goblet Stock on July 16th.
Live and in living color.
How about that? Fun, hilarity, hijinks, and beer.
Ooh.
Well, for me anyway.
Oh, for me it'll be fun and hijinks and a water slide or a slip and slide or whatever it is.
Yeah, more than likely.
And just interacting with bartender Reese. Little shout out to you, buddy. There you go.
It's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Coming back, we've got Today in Wrestling History, birthdays, news and notes, a whole bunch more. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
The fresh fish experts at Bonefish Grill specialize in seasonal fish species from around the world, savory wood-grilled specialties, and handcrafted cocktails. Guests receive chef's coat service by experienced anglers and are guided through an innovative menu and specials featuring the highest quality, fresh ingredients. With a big city bar, Bonefish Grill offers handcrafted cocktails and a distinct list of 30 wines by the glass, offering a great match for any food pairing. For more information, visit bonefishgrill.com.
I'm Phillies PA announcer Dan Baker, asking you to join me and former Philly slugger Greg the Bull Luzinski for the Independence Blue Cross Bull Session presented by Gage Fiore. Attorneys at FightForYou.com every Monday, 6 to 7 p.m. We'll talk Phillies baseball with a different guest each week. Go to WBCB1490.com to check show locations and guest information each week. The Independence Blue Cross Bull Session presented by Gage Fiore. Attorneys at FightForYou.com every Monday at 6 p.m. on 1490 WBCB and 610 Sports.
Join Rebecca's forecast at her new time, Tuesday at 10 a.m. She'll take your calls, questions, and fill you in on what's happening for your personal sun sign. Join Rebecca's forecast once again at her new time every Tuesday at 10 a.m. right here on 1490 WBCB.
Are you looking for a speaker for your next meeting or event? Michael Ivankovich is an auctioneer, appraiser, author, and home downsizing expert and has spoken before more than 100 area groups, and he may be available to speak to your group as well. Michael has a wide variety of presentations, including an antique roadshow, many different home downsizing sessions, and can even run a fun and entertaining fundraising auction where your group keeps all the proceeds. Whether you're a civic group, church group, men's or women's club, AARP, or other retiree chapter, Michael can design a presentation that perfectly suits to your group. To see a complete listing of Michael's 10-plus available presentations, visit www.michaelivankovicmeetingspeaker.com or call him at 215-345-6094. That's www.michaelivankovich meetingspeaker.com or call 215-345-6094.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, June 4. On this date in 2001, WWF Monday Night Raw aired live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. In the main event, Steve Austin pinned Chris Jericho with Mick Foley as guest referee to retain the WWF Championship. On this date in 2003, the NWA TNA held its weekly pay-per-view number 47. In the main event, Jeff Jarrett pinned Glenn Gilberti to retain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2007, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Tampa, Florida. In the main event, John Cena defeated the Great Khali and Umaga in a triple threat match. On this date in 2012, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Greenville, South Carolina. In the main event, John Cena defeated Michael Cole in a no disqualification match. This has been Today in Wrestling History, June 4. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry alongside Lucas DeSangro with arguably one of the fastest hours we've ever done. At least it feels that way.
What's happening as soon as we get back to the station, it just seems to fly by. Why is that?
It accelerates at the speed of something. I don't know. So I'll try my best to kind of put the show in a rest hold here, and we'll get into some news and notes by doing so, including WWE releasing and subsequently pulling a new John Cena t-shirt that appeared to be inspired by the Pabst Blue Ribbon logo. Nice follow-up from the, Broken Goblet spot on the other side, keeping the beer theme going.
Yeah.
PBR issuing a tweet last Friday stating, quote, "A message to John Cena and the WWE, we have a chokehold called the cease and desist. Pretty sure we see you." And it also had an emoji of the middle finger.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to be just...
Richard's about it, I know.
Yeah.
Pabst Blue Ribbon already has a working relationship with Minnesota-based independent wrestler and promoter Eric Cannon as the official PBR pro wrestler. So I think that's more the reason for the, I guess, I don't know if it'd be a copyright or a trademark infringement. Either way, a cease and desist was placed and the logo was subsequently changed pretty much the next day. Now, normally I would take this story because it's about my boy, but you really wanted to get into this one, so considering how your hour's gone so far...
redemption.
Yeah, exactly. This is your radio redemption.
Yes. So Cody Rhodes tweets post-WWE wish list, which was... I was quite entertained by multiple things on the list. Cody Rhodes took to Twitter with a picture of a checklist and this caption, after 8/9, which is, presuming that's when his 90-day non-compete clause expires. After
8 when?
8/19.
There you go.
I suck. Go play the drop.
No. Go on.
An impressive list, to say the least. Adam Cole, Dalton Castle, the Battle of Los Angeles, which is a pro wrestling guerrilla, annual tournament. Kurt Angle, Chris Hero, The Miracle Mike Bennett, Moose, Pat Buck. My personal favorite, which is the streamers thing. I just love how he just, that's what he called it. The streamers thing. Yeah, let's do it. I want to do that. That's awesome. Young Bucks, Trevor Lee, Shibata, a personal ring announcer, presumably his wife Brandy, a.k.a. Eden Styles, and Roderick Strong. That's quite a list.
Yeah.
To combat that, Wade Barrett, who's been trolling people, his colleagues and former colleagues all the same, hilariously posted his own checklist in response, which had only one name and one name only: Papa Shango.
Shango Tango.
Well done. That's that British wit kicking in right there.
Maybe Irish wit.
He's Irish?
No, OSW.
Oh.
The Shango Tango. That's what I thought you were referencing.
Well, no, just Barrett's
We both
quick wit.
suck today.
Yeah, we do. Oh, no, me. I suck the most. At the moment, okay? For today's show. I'm just going to shut up.
Meanwhile,
why is this happening?
Okay, Lucas is having a bit of a breakdown here. Let's...
It's like that Black Flag song, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown.
Black Flag. Got it.
Yep.
Elias Sampson was injured at the NXT Live event in Nashville, Tennessee last night. Not one of the ones that you mentioned, Elias Sampson, out of the billion people that you named. Sampson was facing Andrade Almas and performed a stun gun, and the referee immediately stopped the match, seeing that Sampson was injured. He was unable to put weight on his left leg and was helped to the back to a standing ovation. And WWE hasn't released any kind of information as of yet as far as a prognosis or how long Sampson will be out.
Yeah.
You a little better?
That's
Take
a shame.
a deep breath or two? You doing all right now?
It's a shame that he got injured. I hope everything's well. I hope he doesn't, have to miss a lot of time, because I've seen what he can do in NXT, and I'm very impressed. I like his gimmick a lot. It's different, and that's what this industry needs. So
there you go. You're on the. We will call it a comeback. Also, do you want to?
I've been here for years.
Almost 3, yeah.
Almost 3. So
did you just say almost 2? Is that Pensbury math kicking in again?
So much for redemption.
All right,
it was a comeback in the cutoff right at the gate.
All right. Do you want to talk about the Superfly?
Yeah.
Since he,
I'm not. You know what? I'm not so sure, because I'm afraid I'm going to screw this up again. A judge says Superfly isn't fit to stand trial. Not really having that physique he did back in '89 and all that. Mm-hmm. Judge says Superfly is, WWE Hall of Famer Jimmy Superfly Snuka will not stand trial for the 1983 homicide of Nancy Argentino. Judge Kelly Bannock ruled that Snuka is not mentally competent to stand trial. Bannock stated, "Unfortunately, justice suffers when it's delayed." Oh, no duh. Snuka will have to appear in court every 6 months for a review to determine whether his condition has improved. Forensic psychologists determined that Snuka suffers from dementia that is so severe that he's unaware that he's being charged with homicide. Okay.
Yeah,
something smells messed up here.
Yeah, most of your words on this show.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the story.
I know.
I'm sticking to the. I understand that I am the king of botchamania when it comes to this show, but especially on cold reads. But it just doesn't seem, something just seems very fishy here.
Apparently the judge was okay with it. I mean, the judge could have. Apparently, the judge wasn't smelling what you think might be stepped in.
Unfortunately, justice suffers when it's delayed. Isn't that the truth?
Well, I mean, yeah, this was 33 years ago.
And so why is it coming up now? That's just what bothers me. You could have just nipped it in the bud. Was it just because he was a big star in wrestling at that time, or just...
It's hard to say. I mean, I was 2 when all this went down, so I have no idea.
It's just a shame when people get, what's the word? Fed the short end of the stick or something like that. I don't know.
I get the idea where you're going with that.
Because I don't know if you can say any other. You got.
Were you going for shafted? Is that kind of where you were?
Yeah,
okay.
Something like that. You got shafted. You got shorted. They pulled a fast one on you.
Allegedly. Got to leave it at that. Nielsen also recently releasing their June cable coverage estimates for the total number of homes that cable networks are available in out of the 116.4 million homes. Now, as far as networks with wrestling go, El Rey Network, which has Lucha Underground, available in just over 39 million homes, roughly 34% of the coverage. Pop TV is available in over 78 million homes, which is
the home network for TNA.
Yes, it is.
For the time being.
67% of the nation, and USA Network tops the wrestling list, being available in over 92 million homes.
For Raw and SmackDown.
About 80% of the coverage. Now, of the 121 networks listed, El Rey is 101st. Woof. Pop TV is 53rd, just above GSN, one of my favorites, Game Show Network. And USA is 5th on the list. I'll throw this out to you.
Can I just say this real quick, though? Because, and I know we're going a little bit up against it real quick, though. The reason that not as many homes is because Pop and El Rey are sort of like exclusive to certain cable channels.
Exclusive to certain cable channels, or they might be on, and plus they may not be seen by as many people because they might be on premium tiers.
Yeah,
that you have to pay more money to see.
Same thing with Destination America. I know people that have FiOS that can't watch Ring of Honor, or if it's on Comet now or whatever. It's just,
exactly.
So anyway,
I was saying now USA is the 5th most available cable network in the United States. Want to take a gander at what number 1 is?
ABC, Fox.
No. Cable. Those are networks. So no NBC, CBS, ABC, or Fox.
Okay. What about
cable channels?
Like something along like TBS and stuff like that.
TBS would be number 3.
TNT.
TNT was 14th.
Comedy Central? No, that's
22nd.
Oh, you're just going further and further down.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you a hint. Number 1 is something very near and dear to your heart.
Not Adult Swim, definitely not.
No, but they're in the top 10. Cartoon Network and Adult Swim, number 9.
Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon was in the top 20, I think 18th. Okay, for the sake of time, I got to give it to you. The something that's near and dear to your heart, the Food Network.
That's number 1?
Yeah, available in 81% of the homes in the United States. 93.75 million people have access to the Food Network.
You know what reminds that?
No wonder our country has so much obesity.
I was gonna say, that reminds me of that one South Park episode where Randy becomes obsessed with the Food Network.
Oh yeah,
cream fraiche.
Cream fraiche. Oh goodness,
there's so many jokes you can make that I can't make on the air.
Not that you wouldn't try.
No, I wouldn't.
All right, we've got like 40 seconds, so time for a couple of quick
birthdays.
Wow, very quick. On this date in 1937, Robert James Morella was born. The WWE Hall of Fame wrestler and commentator known as Gorilla Monsoon passed away in 1999 at the age of 62. but he would have been 79 today if my math is right.
God bless
And
him.
on this date in 1973, John Watson was born. The former ECW Tag Team Television and Heavyweight Champion, best known as Mikey Whipwreck, turns 43 today.
Happy birthday, Mikey.
Happy birthday indeed. Programming note for next week. There's a Phillies game in where we should be. So we're going to be live on tape next week because we'll be down at the MFPW Arena.
Way to break kayfabe. It's going to be a taped, what is it, SmackDown? We're going to do a pre-taped.
Well, they're getting rid of their pre-tapes, so we've got to get one in before they do.
True. I really hope somebody doesn't release spoilers on a Bleacher Report or something like that.
Or maybe on YouTube, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, that'll be next week. Following the game, time obviously to be determined by the Phillies and Nationals whenever the heck they finish, because they have a 12:05 first pitch. We were going to do it live down there, but it could potentially end a little too close to when the doors open at the MFPW Arena. Shoot, I forgot to talk about that for next week, so now would be a heck of a time to do so ever so quickly, featuring a gauntlet match to determine the number one contender for the MFPW Heavyweight Championship, Action Ortiz, Cody Vance, Nick Camarado, and Bill Daly, where the winner faces Punisher Martinez later that night for the championship. But, like M. Night Shyamalan, there's a twist.
What a twist.
Martinez will also be wrestling before his title defense. As many matches as the winner of the gauntlet match has, Martinez will also have. So it's possible for Punisher to wrestle 3 matches before his title defense.
So he's also running the gauntlet.
Exactly. So that's going to be at the MFPW Arena, 541 Mantua Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey, next week, where we will be not broadcasting live, but we will be there for the show. Doors open at 6. The action starts at 7. Go to monsterfactory.org for tickets. And on that note, because I don't want to take any more of Ted's country time here, play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock in all's well.
Serving you better than ever before. This is 1490 WBCB.